Hello guys, today's series 1 of book review, and this book is going to be Principles by Ray Dalio. So, first of all, this is the first video of the book review series, so I'm going to have this whole series in the following steps. So, number 1, I'm going to say, do I recommend this book? And second of all, if so, who do I recommend it to? And the number 2 question is, what is the special thing that this book only has? Okay, and number 3 is, how can I enjoy this book even more? So these are the main questions that I'm going to answer. And here goes the first one review. Okay, so it's a book called Principles by Ray Dalio. And the main principle of this Principles book is that everything is governed by principles, and by adjusting, fitting, or having those principles in your mind, you can have a better worldview along your life. So first of all, do I recommend this book? Yes, I do. And why do I recommend this? So first of all, it gives you a view of the world of how a billionaire thinks. So this man is basically up to the head rational. So when you make a decision, there's a lot of ways you make decisions. Sometimes you make an emotional decision, sometimes you make a rational one. But this man is so rational to the point that it blew my mind. So if you want to learn how the most mathematical and rational guy functions in this world, this would be it. And the reason I recommend this is I believe that success? I believe that success is the compound interest of what you have done every day. And in the end, you're going to get what you quite deserve. So that's what I do believe. And who do I recommend this to? So I recommend this book to a person who has their own business. This man is a big business guy, and basically he talks about what principles he has in mind when placing people, machines, or anything of his business, how he thinks while doing so, and when doing so, how he feedbacks. So after I read this book, I had my business, and it really taught me how to actually function a business in a way it should be functioned. So it helped me a lot. And what is the special thing? So the second question is, what is the special thing that this book only has? The special thing this book only has is that it gives you a whole new perspective on how to actually look at the world. So first of all, there's a phrase that I really like, is that it's on page 159. It's C. It says, distinguish between you as the designer of your machine and you as a worker with your machine. Okay? So what does that mean? It means that when you design your machine of making money, you gotta place yourself inside the whole chain hole at the same time designing it. Okay? So when I had my pet portrait business, I had 2 employees. One was the CS girl, and the other was the painter. There was me. Okay? So when I first started it was really hard to plan out how I'm gonna function this whole thing of customer buying the thing and delivering at the end. Between these 2 communications, all of that. After reading that, it became so clear. And the problem with me before I read this is that I have not been thinking of myself as a part in the chainsaw. Okay? So when you look at a business, it's basically some parts geared up together to produce a certain outcome. And each gearboxes could be a person, right? What I've learned from this book is that the main thing is you gotta be the designer of the machine. So you gotta place the right gearboxes in the right place. But at the same time, you gotta put yourself in the right place in the gearbox when you're designing the machine. Okay? So after I looked at the business thing that way, it became so much easier to design everything. And it became sort of like a game. So it's like, well, so if you have a certain number, is it better to add a number and multiply it by 10? Or multiply it by 10 and then add a number? Things like that. So what's better? What's a better choice? There's things you could do in placing the machines, right? And it got me some sort of, intuition into knowing what I need to do. So that's the special thing that this book only has. The special thing this book only has is it gives a 100% rational view of the world and business of how this man runs his own empire, I guess. Okay. And how could you enjoy this book even more? My recommendation is that you actually apply these things in your life, right? So, this guy gives so much tips about how to do anything. So, you could think about business. He also gives about tips about how to manage people and all that stuff. What I really recommend is, while you're reading, don't just read. Instead, apply those things actively while reading the book, and you'll see the real results appearing um, by applying the things that he says. So, yeah, that's the first book review. It was a bit messy. Was it perfect? No. But I still do put meanings in me first trying. So, this is the first one. Every week there's going to be a new book. Sometimes it's going to be English, sometimes it's going to be Korean, and it's all good. So, yeah, that's the first series that I want to share, and hope you guys enjoyed. So, I'll see ya.